Got it somehow. Cool, so here we are in slide open G tuning. We dropped both of our E's to D and talked about how, I'll just do one. You've done drop D before, just keep it in the strings. I'm doing that because I can. Anyway, cool, and then we've got, that was it, so we end up doing the same thing. G string, G. Cool, so there we are. You can check your first string by like 3rd fret tuning. Like mine's a little off. Right now. Cool. Anyway, there we are. So before we did anything, talked about just like playing some shit. So yeah, your slide needs to be parallel to the frets, right on top of the frets. Fretless instrument, moving really decisively. I'm either going, that was one note, or that was 2 notes. Not so much like slow slide, which you're going to be really subconsciously tempted to do at first. Just overshoot the fret, fuck it, and you'll find you never do actually. Cool, so yeah, I just wrote some random stuff here. First of all, just right hand wise, just get yourself squared away in this position you want to be in, which, everybody's natural inclination is to be my thumb's here and I can see my fingers. We're getting thumb parallel to the string, which curls our fingers up like that. You'll remember from the lesson when you get home. So here we are. I guess what I wrote was, first we're playing, so right now we're in the position just 4 highest strings possible. That's going to force your hand with those two being able to move independently of each other. And I'm just going to... So the first one's 3 to 5. I'm on the 3rd string, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm doing the... Where's that? Yeah, just gonna play. And then so slide into the 3rd fret, you don't quite have two frets, so you're kind of just you're in the the back middle of the 2nd fret. So any other noises that come out, you just have to put your finger back on the string. Theoretically, there's a dampen there, but probably you won't have to think about it. And then we're just doing the same thing with your thumb. Slide move. You're going to see me doing vibrato. Don't worry about it. Just decisive movements. Seriously, don't try to do vibrato right now. I'm only doing it because I can and just naturally do. Cool. And then we just did the same thing on the high E string. That's the most unforgiving string. Things that are going to go wrong. Thumb down, knuckles out. I'm not quite touching the string. Thumb down, knuckles out. It's gonna, the answers are never going to be pushed down harder, as we're always pushing down 0. Probably the first thing I said was, if I'm on all 6 strings, here's where my thumb is. Where it would be if I was playing a minor 7 chord or some shit like that. The highest we ever are playing slide is the lowest. The lowest we ever are playing fretted is the highest we ever are playing slide. You'll never be up here. People have these little stubby slides to figure out ways to do it, but we're going with useful technique. So yeah, just nice uncomfortable out in front of the instrument thing, which will involve ultimately being down here and stuff. But everything we did this week is just kind of put your slide on 4 strings and just play stuff. Cool, so then other stuff I wrote in your just random section, I was and each one of these needs to be a distinctive movement, but then the pull-off's going to be really easy. If it's not sounding, it's you put your finger back by accident, so, excuse me, and then I went, so there I was going pitch, we're still on just 1, 2, 3, 4, so cool. These 2 fingers. So you'll already be good at that point, and then I just slid to the 5th fret. So the first one was just. And then I was so our thumb moved back to the 5th string, and I'm hitting these 2, then other stuff. There's that. You don't need to dampen there. our song. Cool. And then talk a little bit about vibrato and sustain and stuff. Just do that like while playing arrhythmic notes. With slide, you can't tell if you're pushing down the right amount unless you advance. Like sitting here and sizing it up doesn't work. You have to kind of slide into it. But that doesn't seem to be a huge issue for it, which is great. So we actually started the song down at the bottom of the page, and then it goes over Come in My Kitchen, Robert Johnson. So thumbs on the 5th string. Well, we are going to be playing bass notes, but mostly this is this stuff. There's sort of like two things that happen. The pentatonic scale is like 4, 3, 5, 7, right on the dots, and then 10, 12. Shit ton of blue slide stuff is going to be exactly those frets versus between the dots, and that's the same as going boom, 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 boom in standard tuning. And we do mean on all the strings, it's just like versus like or whatever. So that's what you're about. And there's kind of two things that happen. We've been going like sort of 3, 5, 7 stuff, and then there's a lot of 10th to 12th fret type shit, and that's what's happening in Come On In My Kitchen. So 10th fret, ready to do stuff. We're hitting all 3 of these fingers for the first time. Single note sounding slide, not bowing, bowing, boing, boing. And here you need to dampen in between. This was the, we'll hear that unless you, but don't dampen the second one. And don't worry about the bass notes for now. Cool, get all kinds of good at that. 7 minutes in is where this started. And then we went, starts the very next lick, so let's skip that and look at starting at the 10, which doesn't have a little trail on it, meaning we're just going. And then there's a D, meaning I have to dampen that string. And me being like this was just for visual purpose. I'm picking it like the littlest motion possible away from the instrument. But there we go, so that's like. So just do that until it actually becomes easy. Don't turn it into a song that loops there. One good one, stop. One good one, stop. And then put them together with the pause in between. I didn't pause because I don't need to, so there we are. And that's everything on the first page. It's like boom, 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 boom. Next one's the same exact thing. Then we get the 3rd string, which if we zero in on those last 3 notes, it's really illustrates the kinds of 2-string combinations there are. There's I have to dampen the 1st string, and then there's I'm just hitting 2 notes the regular way. That's what we're doing here. We're going this, put it back, these 2. That's what you did so far, and then just hit the 3rd string. So the last 2 notes are, regular. So cool, and that's. Can't say enough times. You'll already know this by the time you try it. And then we're going. This is the one I did with a pick where I would sound like. Cool, so we're going, 2 notes that ring out at once, dampen, then the exact same 2 notes you were just playing in the last lick. Cool, so last 2. Boom, boom. Whole thing.